Hi everyone. Today for science, we're going to continue reading our book about World of Wonder Mountains. We're going to read a few more pages. Here we go. The birth of a river. The vast Rhone glacier slowly slides down the slopes of the Swiss Alps. At the bottom of this immense ice flow, the river Rhone is born. The ice melts and water starts to drip its way downhill. The drips grow into a burble and then into a stream. The mountainside is a rocky and steep here, so the start of the river rushes over rocks, vast and bubbling. The narrow ribbons of water winds and gushes on downward, streaming over rocky rapids and plunging over waterfalls. Farther down the slope, the river widens and slows. Now the Rhone carves out deep gorges in the valleys below. On and on it glides, slowing at the foot of the mountains and flowing into the largest lake in the Alps, Lake Geneva. From glacier to lake, the river's journey has just begun, as it will then flow on towards the sea. Shy salamander. Low down on the slopes of the Alps, a gentle rain is falling on the forest. There is no sign of life, but now a tiny, shiny creature emerges and perches on a rock by a babbling brook. The alpine salamander is normally nocturnal, but the rain has brought it out of its hiding crevice home. Its gleaming black back is grooves and oozes with poison, ready to protect it if the salamander senses danger is near. As the sun sets, the alpine salamander is looking for food. It shoots out its tongue to catch spiders, slugs, worms, and insects. Then, when night draws to an end, the salamander scuttles back into its crack in the rock, hidden once again. The sound of chirping fills a meadow in the east of the Alps. The noise is low down in the damp grass, but the chirping, whistling is not a bird. An alpine longhorn beetle is scraping its back legs and part of its wings together. Like a skilled violinist, the endangered insect is making high-pitched music. We'll talk about more endangered species this week. This beetle has extra long striped antennae that curve away from its head, giving the insect its name. Tufts of black hair stick up from the dark stripes on each antenna. Its blotchy blue and black marks help to camouflage it on the bark of the beech tree where it lays its eggs. In search of sweet pollen to eat. Ooh, Hawaiian giant. The island of Hawaii is a jigsaw of volcanoes. A volcanic hotspot lies deep beneath it. When the plate of rock below the Pacific Ocean moves over the hotspot, magma rises to the surface of the ocean, creating new volcanic islands. Hawaii is home to the tallest mountain in the world. While the majestic Mount Everest in the Himalayas is the tallest above the ground, most of the monumental Mauna Kea is under the sea. Hawaii is known for its warm tropical climate, but snow and ice lies on the lofty summits of the Mauna Kea. It's snowy cap that gives the volcano its name, which means white mountain. The million-year Mauna Kea is a dormant volcano. It hasn't erupted for thousands of years, but could spark into life again one day. Marangi is a shield volcano. The lava that erupts from it flows quickly and smoothly in all directions, giving the mountain shallow sides. Not as tall. Life thrives both above and below the surface of the ocean around Mawangi. Manta rays and green sea turtles swim in the warm waters surrounding the mountain. Above the sea, the endangered Hawaiian horny bat and the happy-faced spider hide in the tropical forests of the lower slopes. The ascent of the Andes. The Andes Mountains sweep down the western spine of South America, making up the longest mountain range on land. Their name is thought to come from a Native American word meaning copper. Only the Himalayas rise higher than these towering crags. Made up of high plateaus and soaring peaks, the Andes Mountains begin to form around 25 million years ago. The plate of rock beneath South America clashes with a smaller plate under the Pacific Ocean, leading to the chains of fold mountains rising upward. There are also many active volcanoes in the Andes. The volcanoes formed when one plate of rock was pushed below another and magma rose to the surface. The climate can change dramatically from one area of the Andes to another. Tropical rainforests lie just a few miles from icy summits. The north of the mountain range is warm and wet, while in the west of the central Andes, the climate is dry and much of the land is desert. In the south, the climate is cool and rainy. Ooh, mystery mountain dwellers. In South Peru, cool forests nestle in the foothills of the Andes. A lustrous lizard called Podnemus monticola, meaning mountain dweller, makes its hidden home here. This glittering, jewel-scaled creature is something of a mystery. The Podnemus monticola is one of only a few lizards to live so high up, where temperatures are cool. Most reptiles need to warm their blood in the sun before they can become active. But this little lizard seems to be able to get moving without much heat. The shimmering color reptile is less than an inch long and stays close to the pools and streams. Unlike most other lizards, it's often taking a swim in the chilly water. During the day, the lizard hides under rocks, saving energy. Then it emerges at night to run across the forest floor in search of food. All right, here's our last page for the day. A hidden hunter. It's dusk. As the sun sets, a cat-shaped silhouette slips among the rocks on the higher slopes of the Andes. Then the tawny brawn, secretive hunter vanishes, expertly blending in with the harsh landscape. This is the mountain lion, also called a cougar or puma. Where has the solitary big cat gone? Two black-backed ears rise up from a rock and turn, listening. A large pair of dark-rimmed golden eyes scour the slope, searching for movement. The elusive puma stretches and twitches. Has she heard prey coming near? Now she crouches, her strong back legs curled as she waits, ready to pounce off the rock and ambush the unfortunate creature passing below. All right, so for your extension activity today for science, we are going to the News to You button here on the student view. So this is when you sign in with your SPED 122 and password, and then you click News to You. In our article this week, we normally read this during morning meeting or daily living skills, but it's about very endangered animals. So I would like you to click here, as well as here's a communication board for it. So this is what I've been printing out for you, but this particular activity I did not print yet for you. So I will include it in the bags that are going out for pickup on Wednesday. So here is the communication board. This one on here, when you sign on here, means it'll actually read it to you. So that's the advantage here, is that you can have the paper one to point at, but this one is interactive, so you can listen and talk about the topic. So once you go over those words, here is the article for you, okay? So it's many pages long. Here on the left side, if you click go, you can go to different areas, but I'd like you to just follow along. There's different news pages, and then there's a section called People in the News. So that's kind of where I stop it. So I would like you to just read the article up to page 8 today. This is the last page of the article. If this is not the right size for your screen, there is a way to command minus, and you can make it bigger or smaller. That way you can read it. So your assignment today will be to read pages 1 through 8 of the newspaper article. Okay, so that'll be in there, and this is the last page about scientists protecting endangered animals. And then I'll show you. There are also different activities here, okay? So these are more interactive. They're fun. If your student is struggling to just listen to me talk, these are great ways to get them going and interactive. Today's weather is normally what we do in morning meeting. This month we're doing a special October one. So this is something they haven't done every day, if that's something you want to do. And then there's different Let's Go. We've done this before, where they pick places that are related to the news article. Okay, and then you get to hear a little bit about it. You can pick how you want to go there on a skateboard, walking, driving in a car. It's kind of fun. There's different memory games, matching vocabulary words, playing tic-tac-toe, finding words. This one works on your coordination, going left and right to pop different balloons that have vocabulary that are related to this. Also in the morning, we do breaking news. And so this here will show you some of the articles that we may have read so far. We are going to read this one tomorrow. We did do the Lakers win this morning. So we'll be doing the Nobel Peace Prize winner tomorrow. All right, thanks so much. I hope that this is helpful to have a little more interactive component of this science lesson this week. So check out the Very Endangered Animals article for me, and then go ahead and play some games. All right, thanks so much, and I will see you tomorrow.